So in jiu-jitsu, oftentimes we encounter roadblocks, we encounter obstacles, we encounter direct resistance. The river principle teaches that, like a river, when you encounter a rock, you don't fixate on the rock. You flow where the rock is not. So when you're in the octagon, Paddy, and you're strategizing a takedown and you go for it, and the person that you're trying to take down doesn't move or doesn't budge the way you expected, your fluidity in transitioning into that flying triangle or guillotine or whatever else it might be is the river principle. So what we've done is, even though these principles are ingrained in jiu-jitsu and every master, every black belt lives them every single day, what happens is we've actually codified them and named all 32, and we've published this as a instructional video course on GracieUniversity.com. It's called the 32 Principles of Jujitsu. So that teaches you the combat application, and we published this last year, and it was the #1 course we've ever released, ever, in the Gracie family as an instructional video series, was the 32 Principles of Jiu-Jitsu. But again, after I published that course, I got to thinking, I'm like, wow, these principles are not limited to combat application. I use these everywhere. And that's what sparked the idea for me to create and to write my first book, where I directly tie all of these principles to all of my major life challenges and milestones and victories. And it's been a remarkable process to make those connections. I can't wait to share it with the world, but it's amazing, right? Think about the river principle in a fight, think about the pivot principle in a fight, and then think about the pivot principle in life, right? So a good example of the life application of the river principle, I'll demonstrate one. So I was at the park. With my son a couple of years ago. I'm going to back this camera up and open you up a little bit here. I was at the park with my son a couple years ago, and I was wearing my sweatshirt, right? It was a cold morning, but the sun eventually came out, right? So I took off the hoodie that I was wearing, and as we were moving around, having fun at the park, I was chasing him. Finally, I took off the hoodie as I was getting hot, and I was about to tie it around my waist, right? You know how we do this one, Paddy? We've all done it, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to carry you.
Take off your hoodie and right. We're all guilty, right? We're all guilty of it. The fanny pack, and then you got this one, the European Yacht Club. You know what I'm saying? Or the country club. Let's be honest.
We call that the Tory. That's what we call that, the Tory. Look.
The Tory. There you go. You got the Tory. So we got the. And then you got this one, the wanna be cool guy, where you throw it over one shoulder. This is the option that I went with. When I bent over to pick my son up, the hoodie slipped off my shoulder and fell onto the wet grass. Paddy, I was so pissed, because in that moment, I realized that because I didn't want to tie the hoodie around my waist, I paid the price, and now my hoodie had wet water on it from the wet grass, a little bit of mud. It was dirty. So I picked it up and I went home, and we got home. My family was there. I locked myself in the office, right? I took my hoodie. In the office, I took my hoodie, I took paper clips, shoestrings, duct tape, and scissors. And I went in the office, I said, nobody bother me, and I came out 30 minutes later with the first functioning prototype of quick flip. Watch this. You flip the hoodie upside down. Look, inside goes your favorite hoodie, one pull, and out comes your fully functional backpack. And this, Paddy, you can put things inside the backpack. You can actually store things inside the backpack. And if you need to tighten it up, you simply grab these little clips, slide and bite, and now you can adjust it so it's nice and tight. And you can do whatever you have to do. And even if you have to fight somebody, it's not going to bounce around and hit you in the face. And now I'm going to drop this back down. Look at this. And the best part is you have space inside, like a lot of space. I can put another hoodie, a water bottle. There's a pocket for wallet, keys, and cell phone. And then when you're done, let's say you get cold again. Take out your stuff, right? Give it away. Give it to your son. I'll put my son's jacket inside, and when it gets cold again, I give him back his jacket. Now watch this, Paddy. I'm going in. Count to 3, Paddy.
1,
Too slow.
2,
I'm already
3.
back to the hoodie. We're already back to the full hoodie, dude. Look at this, bro. I invented quick flip.
That took you 30 minutes. You just went and just like, lad, you've got some brain, you know. That's next level. I was actually going to ask you about that, because you went on an episode of Shark Tank, didn't you? And in the UK, our version of Shark Tank is called Dragon's Den. So, like, it's the same principle. You go on and pitch your thing, yo. But my coach, Paul Rimmer, he said...
Bro, it was crazy.
He said, we need some quick flip next-gen hoodies, lad. We need some of them. We need some over here. We're going to have to get me one of them. I need one of them, lad. Need one.
Hey, we'll make it happen, Paddy. No worries. And yes, I went on Shark Tank. to promote this, Dragon's Den there in the UK. I went on Shark Tank. It was a riot. I had the best time. But the point I was trying to make, besides the fact that everyone should go to quickflipapparel.com and get their own there, I'll send you yours, Paddy. But the point I was trying to make is that I dropped my hoodie on the floor. That was the rock. I could have focused on the problem. Instead, I just focused on where the solution was. I went right home with my hoodie, and I flowed right past that obstacle. Now, the irony is I'm not a apparel guy. I don't have any history in apparel. I'm a jiu-jitsu teacher, right, who dropped his hoodie, and I created a solution that no one had previously invented. I invented this. I patented it, and now it's its own separate company, quickflipapparel.com. We sell hoodies all over the world. We've done hoodies for Universal Studios. We've done hoodies for Disneyland, Avengers hoodies that turn into Avengers backpacks. So this company has taken off on its own thanks to the river principle. So this is what I'm trying to explain, is that jiu-jitsu is life. And with the 32 principles and with this new book that I'm going to put out, I'm just so excited for other people to be able to read about and learn about these principles without ever having to step foot on the mat, but still developing this ability to look at life through the lens of a black belt jiu-jitsu master. That's my goal for everyone.